Hey everyone, my name's Joe, and you're listening to Your Daily Cup of Joe. And today is our 4th episode, and I'm doing this a little bit later. No particular reason, just thought it'd be a little bit better to get all the news in and not do it in the middle of the day when there's still news coming in. So, today we'll be talking about the coronavirus. So let's get right into it. Trump today has issued a aid package for medical teams and for the world, and because we just reached over 140 deaths, so yeah, it's not good. And also in a couple of states we have done drive-through testing, and what this is if you think you have the coronavirus, instead of going to the doctor, you will go to this tent area. You will drive there in your car, and you'll roll down the window, and they'll swab you, and then they'll send it to the lab. In a couple of days, they'll tell you if you're positive or negative. And I think this is good. I think this is a lot better than going to the hospital, because let's just say you don't have the sickness, coronavirus, and you go to the hospital, try and get treated, and then when you go there and they say, hey, you don't have it, you might get it from going to the hospital. So yeah, I think this is a little bit better. I saw to where they were trying to space out the cars, which is again good, since it is airborne, the disease. So yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Another thing is, let me try and pull it up. Yet again, the younger people are not staying at home. They're going to beaches, and they are having parties at their houses, and they don't want to listen to the government. And I think they need to listen, because it's a big deal. We already reached over 140 deaths. They would hate it. I think the adults would hate it if their parents got the disease. We need to have social distancing. You know what I'm talking about. We just need to have quarantine, and these kids don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to man up, or they don't want to grow up. They just want to party, and that is our sinful nature. We don't want to obey. But through the grace of God, through our understanding that that's the best thing to do, is to obey. And yeah, that's my main topic on that. Animal Crossing is coming out in 2 days, and I'm very excited for that. I've been watching a lot of reviews. They've been good, like I said in my last episode. Nothing too major. Yeah, so I'm really excited, and I'll say it again, Friday I'll do a big review if I'm able to get the game. I don't know, coronavirus is acting up. I might not be able to go to Walmart, because Walmart does a $10 discount, if you didn't know. And yeah, that is mostly it for Animal Crossing. I'm trying to think what else I want to talk about. See, the thing is, I didn't really plan anything for this episode, and I don't want to repeat stuff. And okay, yeah, we can talk about this. Some teenagers or adults who are going outside are arguing that the coronavirus is not as bad as the flu. I think it's worse than the flu. It is like the flu in many ways. They are in the same categorization. I think that, I wouldn't say evolved, but it kind of upgraded. So yeah, and there are some rumors that we might not, because some schools are closed for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and there's rumors going around that the schools will be closed until summer. So that's good for me and kids, but it's not good for our education. It's not good for the teachers who need to get paid and who need to get money. And yeah, so that is not good for them. But for me, I'm super happy. Another thing I want to talk about, which is not usually what I talk about, is Survivor. I'm a huge fan of Survivor. the TV show on CBS. Me and my parents watch it, and well, tonight was an awesome episode. If you don't watch it, I will just tell you to go watch it. It's really cool. It's pretty funny too. A really mean person that's won lots of games. Her name's Sandra. She got voted off, and it was awesome to see her reaction because she thought she owned the votes, and she made a deal with someone, and they basically backstabbed her, and that was the only reason she got voted off. But I'm happy that she did because I did not like her, and she was very, very rude. I do not know why I'm doing this. But, yeah, so that's that. Masked Singer was on tonight. Nothing too crazy there. Not a big fan of it. My mom really likes it, but, yeah. My church, they had a live stream tonight. We were hoping that we were able to go to church, but since Donald Trump has said only 10 people can, have a meeting or a group, whatever. So yeah, that's that. There was vaccines. We were able to get a couple of vaccine testings today or yesterday. I don't know which one, but they were able to test some people. I don't know how well that went, but yeah. So that was that. Some NBA players are getting vaccines, are getting tested, earlier than normal people would, and this is not right. I think everyone should get a fair chance to get tested. I do not know why this is being a problem, but it should be fixed. And yeah, that's mostly it for that. I'm trying to think what else we want to talk about. I just want to remind everyone that, we are all made in God's image, and some people might be asking, well, why is God doing this to the world? And you gotta look at when the Israelites and Judges, they were in this endless cycle of, they would go to God, they would say, God, we love you, blah, 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 we want to worship you, all this stuff. And then they'd be like, oh, yeah, we still worship you, but we're sinning. And then they would fall into total chaos and sin. And then God would send another nation to capture them and take them into slavery. And then another man, or a man that God, well, a person, because there was a couple of women that God chose, but God chose these people to free the Israelites, and then they would go back to Christianity, and then they would go back into this endless cycle. And what I want to say is that I feel like God isn't punishing us, but He's trying to open our eyes up to realize that we have been more focusing on sin and not God. If you look in the world, we believe in sex before marriage and abortion, and gay, LGBT community has been big. And we all put that in, we all think, or no, the world, not everyone, but the world thinks that what is wrong is good and what is good is wrong. And God is getting sick of it, and I think the coronavirus is a way just to let the world know that He is still in control and that He is watching. And I think God's going to use this for a bigger purpose. America and the world needs a revival. There's no doubt about that. We have been focusing way too much on sin, like I just said, and God has totally noticed that, and He's watching, and He's going to do something about it. And when we try and run away, God, is going to set us in the straight path. So don't worry, like I said in my first episode, don't be afraid. God is in control. And yeah, so that's that. And again, just show kindness towards each other. That's one way you can help. Self-quarantine, but still help others. If someone's out of toilet paper, lend them some. It's toilet paper. You're gonna be fine. I do think that there's a big issue with the grocery market. They have been trying to do the thing where the seniors can come in earlier and get all this stuff, and then open up to public. But the thing with that is, let's just say a senior citizen wants to buy the whole entire sack of toilet paper. They could do that. And some stores I've seen that have done, you could only buy a certain amount of this certain item. So you could only buy, let's say, you can only buy 2 packets of toilet paper, and that's it. You can't buy the whole entire not stock, but the whole entire section of it. Yeah, and even my father was at Walmart, and he saw a lady. No, he didn't see, but he overheard people talking about this lady that just came in and bought all the hand sanitizer and toilet paper. And the Walmart person's like, "Oh, well, that's bad." Well, you could have done something. You could have said, "Hey, can you save some for others?" Show kindness, Just say, "Hey, other people need that too, person." Because, we need that right now. And I want to thank you for listening. This is one of my shorter videos. Not a lot going on. Well, I'll say one more thing. Let's look at Italy and how Italy is, people who are quarantined are at the balcony singing. They're singing, they're having fellowship, and fellowship is a beautiful thing that God has created. The apostles fellowship with Jesus, and we can fellowship right now. I'm talking to someone who's listening. It could be multiple people, it could just be one person, and I thank you for listening. This is fellowship. Just like churches, how they have a time of worship and fellowship. And it's a beautiful thing to see that these people are out in the balconies singing songs, and they're just, they're not worshiping Jesus, but at least they're, singing and, trying to shift the morale of the country. And I think this will be a great time for America to show kindness to Italy and Iraq or whatever that is. Iran, I don't know, I'm not good with those. China, well, China's basically over it, but you get the idea. We need to show kindness and gratitude towards others. Because right now, Russia and, the other countries are all blaming it on us, saying that we started the coronavirus. We do not know who. There is theories that we might have, and there is other reasons, or other theories, that China has started it. So, we just don't know, but we have to put it in the Lord's hands. And it's alright if we don't know. Maybe we'll never know. It's up to God to reveal who did it. And it didn't even have to be anyone. You don't always have to put the blame on someone. It could have been a bat, or a species of bat that, evolved and whatnot. We just don't know. And that's what we need to focus on. We just do not know. And thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.